original petition for declaratory judgment.
Okay. Alright, you filed this pro se?
Nope. Through an attorney.
An attorney is? Okay, everything by an attorney has to be filed or e-filed.
Yeah, it was returned to him, so I'm bringing it here in person.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. What is that? Hello.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm Chantel. Hi, Rustin. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good.
Do you know Rustin?
I know Rustin.
Okay.
He's been here a time too.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take this off the counter either.
So what's the deal then? Because tries to get filed online by his attorney, and
Are you?
I'm not his attorney.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were.
No, that's okay.
He got transferred to
Well, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Parker County.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it is. That's where the jurisdiction of the county.
So even though the transfer was done illegally when it was not in the court's jurisdiction to transfer that,
Okay.
because it had been removed federally, so it wasn't even in the court's jurisdiction to transfer that. So what's happening right now, unfortunately, is we're having to do a whole lot of various things here just to try to preserve his rights here, because it's in Parker County, but it wasn't a legal transfer. You had no jurisdiction to do. I'm not saying you personally, you know that, I mean, but the court here had no jurisdiction to do that. So, and now the other court is trying to uphold the transfer, even though it's an illegal transfer. So, this is in Parker County.
Okay. And Mr. Wright kept asking for it to be transferred. So he wanted to transfer to Collin County.
Correct. If it was going to be transferred, it should have been transferred.
And Judge Beard transferred it to Parker.
Well, go ahead.
Why don't you come down here so I can hear you a little bit?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't care if you chime in, but I'm just telling y'all that I don't know if it was illegal transfer or not. It got transferred. We did our part. It went to Parker County. There was an appeal filed. Of course, it was not timely filed, so it got dismissed. But all of that, I should have been taken out during your appeal, and them come back and said that it was illegal. But your attorney, can't think of his name,
Ben Beveridge.
Beveridge.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to file it once with your old case number on it, once with no case number on it, and we rejected it. I even sent it to Judge Beard and said, what do I do? You know, I need some advice on this. He said reject it. Parker County has got the case. So you have to file in Parker County, and
The issue is, when you guys transferred it, the transfer order was issued without jurisdiction. So there was no way that the transfer order is valid. Therefore, the 62nd District Court still has jurisdiction, and the only way to attack that void order is to have that petition for declaratory judgment heard here.
if it was an illegal transfer, why were you keep asking for it to be transferred to Collin County?
Well, for one,
It was removed at federal court.
it had been removed and they kept moving forward, correct?
But you were asking for a transfer.
We had to come to a hearing when the judge issued a nunc pro tunc to correct the styling to the 6th District to the 62nd District when he had issued orders in the 6th District for years. So then I had to come and appear on a special appearance to argue that he didn't have jurisdiction to do that. Then he took it upon himself to sua sponte transfer the case to another county. You can't even do that. You have to have a motion by a party and then he can transfer it. That was never done. Besides the fact that it was removed to federal court when he issued the transfer. It's all void.
Okay, but I have an order in my file. It's at Parker County, and him telling me
The point is,
not to take it.
if the judge wants to make that ruling, he needs to make it in court, and that needs to be filed.
I'm not going to file it, Rustin.
You can't deny me the ability to go to court. You can't deny me the right to court.
When I don't have the case, when it's transferred to Parker County, No, other than you and your attorney telling me it was an illegal transfer, I have nothing to back that up.
Okay, when a case is removed to federal court, can the state court issue orders, yes or no?
I see that point of it, but the whole time that it was in federal, I mean, I don't know if it was in federal court or not. But the whole time it was in
Pull up
federal
the
court.
file, and then we can look at the notice of removal, and we can also look at the remand order. And let's look at those two dates, and anything in between there is void by matter of law.
Let him talk.
You can't deny my filing. Now, if the judge wants to deny it when we have a hearing, okay, then he can do that. But you can't deny me filing something in this court. It's a declaratory judgment to declare those orders void.
I realize you live in Collin County now, still?
Yeah.
Okay. I realize you'd have to drive back, but I'll talk to Judge Beard about it Monday. He'll be here. Until then, I'm not filing it because I've already asked him one time and he told me to reject it.
If he wants to reject it, he can reject it when we have a hearing. But you can't stop me from filing something. It's obstruction of justice. I mean, I have the right to petition the court.
Okay. Based on everything that happened, you need to petition the court in Parker County.
But what I'm saying is that this is a petition in Lamar County because the order transferring suit was issued without jurisdiction. So the way to attack the void order is by a declaratory judgment. So you can't deny me access to the court to have the order declared void.
I'm going to today.
Based on,
Can I get a file stamp?
No, because that will be filed then.
I mean, this is getting out of hand. I mean, the only other step after this is for me to sue. I mean, you can't stop me from filing something in this court. It's illegal.
Rustin, I am not trying to commit any illegal act at all. But my case shows it was transferred to Parker County. I have nothing to back up anything you're telling me.
Okay.
Along with Judge Beard, when your attorney tried to file it twice, I sent it to him the second time and he told me to reject it.
So that we can verify it right now, I would like you to pull the notice of removal with the date and the time stamped on it. And I would also like you to pull the remand order so we can look at the date and the time on the remand order.
I will pull that and give it to you, and you can argue that to him Monday if he'll see you, but I'm still not going to file your petition today. You know what our case number is?
73540.
73540.
73540, I believe. Look.
I don't even know which one of these that is in.
Well, there's filings in all four of them. It's very confusing.
Yes, it is. Do you know what time frame?
The notice of removal was August the 9th, 2018, I believe. I believe the remand order was February 25th, 2019.
Okay, so the notice of removal is 45 pages. Do you want all of those? Or just the...
I'm just pulling it out so we can review it with you. Do I have to purchase it for that?
I'll give it to you. You paid plenty of money in here, so, and I'm not trying to, I'm not an attorney. It's not going to do me any good to look at this and say, oh yeah, that's the law.
But look, but we're going to look at it. It's going to state the law on there, and it's going to have a date and a timestamp. I mean, it's that simple.
And so at what point in any of this were you filing your notice to have it transferred to Collin County? In any of this time frame?
No, way before, in 2017. It was I believe the one that would be considered a motion to transfer would have been my motion to dismiss, alternatively for change of venue to Collin County, alternatively for a hearing on local bias and prejudice. And that would have been in 2017, I believe. I could probably find it on here, but as you said, the docket's confusing. But the point about this is there's a removal on a certain date and time, and there's a remand on another date and time. Anything that happened in this state court between those two dates and times is void because the court didn't have jurisdiction to issue any orders, have any hearings, to do anything. And that's what this petition is here to present to the court to show. I would also like to point out, I don't know that it means much to you, but Parker County was precluded from being a place to transfer it to because Aiden's mother moved him there illegally. On top of the fact that the transfer order was issued sua sponte, the judge did it on his own motion instead of a motion by the party. You can't do that. Plus, it was issued while the case was removed to federal court. They couldn't do anything.
I don't have a filing on 220. I've got a got a 384 and 19.
Well, it might have taken a while for the federal court to have mailed it to you. It might have just been file stamped from the federal court, and then they mailed it to you guys. And then that is the moment that this court would have reacquired proper jurisdiction, any jurisdiction at all.
So that's filed by them at the top of 24 of 19. You think that's memorandum, adopting report, and recommendation of United States?
That, correct. That probably would be the remand order.
What was the removal date once again?
August 9th, 2018.
I thought I missed that. Yeah, I had a wrong date down for that, so.
And then the remand was February
4th, 2019.
I think it was the 20-something February.
You said 25th.
Hey Ben, I've got you on speakerphone here at the clerk's office, and she won't file it today, but I have her pulling the notice of removal with the file stamp and time on it, as well as the remand order, which also has the file stamp date and time on it. This is my attorney, Chantel. But just basically, I mean, it's very simple. This right here is to show the judge here that anything that happened between that first document, which is the notice of removal, and the remand order from the federal court is void. And we have to have a way to petition the court to get that decision. Whether he wants to agree with us or not, we need to petition the court to get an order.
Are you talking to me now?
I'm talking to you with my attorney on the phone. He just called me. This is Ben.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm talking to you. But I was letting him hear because he just called. What the point is this date. What is that?
August the 9th of 18.
Case was removed to federal court. What is the date on this remand order?
Well, it's filed March 4th of 19, but I don't know specifically it's a remand order. I mean, I just printed a memorandum adopting a report and recommendation of the United States magistrate judge.
Right, for the 62nd District Court to have gotten any jurisdiction back after a notice of removal, there has to be a remand order. State court can't do anything until there's a remand order. Do you have any other documents besides this?
There's a letter
Yeah.
and their docket sheet.
Correct. That would probably be all coming together. The letter from the court with the order. Beverage, just like a drink, but it's spelled a little
I
differently.
think that's what I tried to sound it out. Mr. Beveridge?
Ben,
Yes, hi.
this is Chantel, she's the clerk.
Okay, I spoke to you last week, and I told you that any filings that either you tried to e-file, I had no idea Rustin would try to bring them in. And I can't, these being prepared by you, I'm sure he has signed them. I couldn't e-file them. I couldn't take them over the counter anyways today because, you know, everything that is filed by an attorney has to be e-filed. But I had talked to the judge, told you all of this the other day, and anything that you filed on Rustin would have to, I would reject because we don't have this case. Now, I told Rustin that he could come back and visit with the judge. I would talk to him Monday, see what he says. Unfortunately, I don't think the judge will see him, so you may have to go through you. I don't know if he talked to you either. But
Okay.
I mean,
I know you indicated that the judge wrote some notes on that document, but that document seems to have disappeared. So I don't know, what he put on there.
well, and I didn't know that. I wouldn't have referenced see the document, but on the top of your petition, I had wrote a note to him, Judge, please advise me on what to do. This is the second time he sent this to us, and it was removed. It was transferred to Parker County. Please let me know what to do. That I had rejected it once. Well, when you sent it back, I sent a note to him, and he deleted my note to be able to write his note back, and it says, we don't have jurisdiction of this case. It's in Parker County, rejected. And not, we can see what each other writes. I did not know that you wouldn't be able to, so that's why I referenced that note. But that was what the note said. And it was right here, typed. But it deleted that during the when I rejected it and sent it back to you.
Okay. Now I know the first time I understand that we can't file into that old cause number because that was transferred away, but we're trying to file it as a new case. Now, if the determination of whether there's jurisdiction or not, if the opposing party wants to challenge it, we're okay with that. I mean, we have a right to file it and to have the jurisdiction be challenged by the party and decided by the judge on the merits and not beforehand, So if you can't accept it today because my name's on it, then it's got to be accepted. We have a right to file it. So I can call it tomorrow or Monday, talk to the judge, but
And I will talk to him too. I will tell him what's happened, that Rustin came in here and what y'all are telling me. And I believe that in my note, I asked him about I believe I told him y'all were saying that was an illegal transfer. Of course, I don't have anything to back that up. I'm just trying to go by my memory.
This file stamp and this file stamp shows.
Okay. Rustin.
It's that simple though. Only one case, only one court has jurisdiction at a time. This meant this court lost jurisdiction. This meant that the federal court sent it back down. Anything that happened in between there is void. And
But we shouldn't be telling you that, Chantel. We should be telling that to the judge, right? In the setting. And if he wants to hear us and say the court doesn't have jurisdiction, that's fine. But
Exactly.
I mean, we don't want to. We apologize for bringing it to you and bringing these arguments to you, but that's not what we want to do. We want to bring it to the judge, right? And so we understand we can't file into the old cause number, but we have a right to file a new case.
Okay. So
Well,
I'm going to
and
keep.
this one doesn't have a cause number on it.
Okay. I'm gonna take a copy of the top page here with your petition. I'll copy it, put the original back, and I'll take this to him Monday and I'll talk to him about it and see what he says. I mean, I think you know as well as I do, I don't know that he'll talk to you. And he's definitely not gonna talk to Rustin, because all parties aren't present.
Yeah.
And so,
Okay,
whatever
well-
he tells me to do, I will do. But
Okay.
I just know that anything concerning Aiden had been transferred to Parker County, and that's what my file shows, regardless of this. And it's not my job to try to figure out this part of it, because, you're getting pretty legal there.
Exactly, but that's why we just need to file it and we'll have the conversation with the judge.
Okay.
I mean, filing it is a pure ministerial duty.
Okay, so what is your number, Mr. Beveridge?
It's and that's my cell phone. You can call anytime.
Okay. All right, we got a jury Monday, so I'll see him pretty much first thing. Now, maybe a little bit before I can call you, or if I find out anything else, I'll have one of the other girls in the office call you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you gonna make
I'm
a
just-
copy of that?
Yeah, I'm just gonna make a copy
That's fine.
to show him.
Hey, Rustin.
Yeah.
Hey, I just spoke to opposing counsel, so I guess just give me a call when you're done there, and I'll tell you where it's.
Okay.
So, all right.
Okay, so there's your original back.
Chantel, this actually states the laws in it.
Well, I can show that to the judge.
But no, he should be very well aware of it. I mean,
He may not have reviewed this since, because he don't, unless he has a reason to look at it.
The point
Because
is-
it got transferred, he may not know this happened.
well, but when it's filed, that's his job to know that that happened and to not move forward until an order of remand.
Well, you can tell him that.
That's why we want to file this. That's exactly why we want to file this. And it's gonna have to be filed one way or another.
Let me write those things down.
Would you want this? Do you want to hang on to these and have a talk with the judge?
Oh, because he can view them in the computer.
I've got a copy.
I'll take them then.
Okay.
And, depending on what happens Monday, he can e-file that to it. So
That's the way I'd have done it anyway.
you will not have to come back up here.
All right. Thank you, Chantel.
You're welcome.
Thank you.